Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, Squishy. Hello, Foxy Roxy. Tonight we're gonna be doing some glitch art. Because I've been doing some posts in the flavor thread with those a little bit, and it seems like people like them. I don't know, but um, I've actually been I've been doing this kind of thing for actually quite a while. Um, and I figured, hey, why don't I share maybe some of what I've done and like how to do it, how to because it's actually really easy. Like it's like just a couple of filters, really. Um, but at least for the visual stuff, for the audio stuff, it's a little bit more detailed. But I'm gonna do some of that too, because we're gonna make a whole sound post. I think that's the goal. We're gonna make the image and we're gonna make the audio. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? I think it's an idea. Um, but how are you guys doing? How's your night going? Rat Jam, yeah, we're playing the DDLC music. The DDLC music. I love DD. That the reason I went with that is because I like DDLC is one of my favorite pieces of media, and I think it does a really good job of incorporating the aesthetic of glitch art into its narrative. Um, which there's a number of different reasons why you would include glitch art, or why would you would lean into that aesthetic. Um, Sometimes it's for horror, sometimes it's for um, like an emotional sort of thing. Um, but it very much it's leaning into that. Yeah, DDLC is super good. Yeah. I love DDLC. Um, but it's recreating the aesthetic of information corruption in digital form, like on a computer, which means it's a very uh, recent aesthetic. Like it's not something that dates back very far in time. It's a very new thing. Um, but there's definitely some very strong connotations that that sort of information corruption has, where it represents either like a loss of sanity with like going crazy, um, or it just represents the digital realm in general, or um, yeah, there's a number of different reasons why you'd lean into it. But I think it's an interesting, I think it's a really interesting aesthetic, and I think it's an interesting visual and auditory technique. Um, I'll be BRB. It's closing time and loud. Ah, oh, all right. I'll see you when you get back. um, but yeah, so there's a number of reasons why you would lean into this aesthetic. Um, and I guess with that I can go over and go take a look at some of the ones that I've done in the past, and maybe talk about them a little bit. I think so. Switch over to this, and this is, I don't even know if this is very recognizable, but the this is from Pulp Fiction, and this is where Samuel L. Jackson goes, "Say what again?" you know, and you can see I've done like the scan lines and the chromatic aberration, and I think I did some pixel sorting on this. I forget exactly what I did, everything of what I did, but this is glitched out so much you can barely even recognize it. Um, And I forget exactly what I was trying to evoke with this, but I do think it's interesting. Um, this one was Kobeni, um, specifically the version of Kobeni that Twitchy was using for her avatar on the Phase Connect Discord, uh, hanging out in the Capitalist channel. And I made this because I thought it was fun. Yeah. Uh, yes, the famous one, the Navel post with the associated audio. If you've if you've been in the flavor thread, you've probably seen this. I've seen some people repost it, and I love it when people repost my memes. I love it. Like I love seeing people take the things I've done and further propagate them. I and I just got ping on Discord. What did I? Oh, from the Phase Jam. Phase Jam starts in 12 days. Okay, cool. Yeah, so um, yeah, I see this. I see this one getting reposted, and I think that's really cool. I like that. Um, and so then this is another one of the Pulp Fiction one. I did two of those. This one I think was actually glitched a little bit less. This one's Pippa's avatar, because it's yeah. So this one, it definitely evokes that feeling of things falling apart, where she's got the doomer expression, in her default avatar, and the glitchiness is kind of yeah, things are kind of falling apart a little bit, and that's kind of why I leaned into the aesthetic with this one. Why it's even more glitched out than like the Kobeni one, where it's like you can barely make out any of the features in her face, but you can still tell it's Pippa. Um, yeah. Um, here's the This one's from Wolf of Wall Street, but it's like that meme of pointing out the thing. Yeah, hey, that's the thing. He said the thing. I forget why I glitched this one out. It doesn't. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is like a picture of a beach. This is not. I didn't take the picture, but I did glitch it, and I think it looks really cool. Um, it's kind of like it's like on one hand it's nature, but on the other hand it's uh, the glitched outness makes it gives it the association of like computers and the digital aspect, where it's like you can only have a glitched out image if it's stored on a computer, but on the other hand this is an image of nature, so it's kind of interesting. Ah. Um, this is the one of Lolime's drawing from the other night of Alunet. When's the stream? When's the art stream, Alunet? You know. And I think this one definitely uh pulls the horror aspect from the glitchiness. It's like it's barely recognizable, and the streaks kind of evoke uh, like blood dripping almost. It's it's definitely like falling apart, but it's got that digital horror aspect to it. Um, and then I think this is what we're going to be trying to go for a little bit more tonight. Um, but we'll see what we can do. This is another one of like my mountain background. This is like an alternate version of that. Like let me to this. Like you can see if I hide chat and hide my avatar, like that's the mountain background that I drew that in GIMP originally, and this is like a glitched out version of that. A slightly less glitched out version, it kind of just has just the chromatic aberration and the alternate colors, but it's kind of the same image. This is like a more of an abstract one of just glitched out colors from the flame render in GIMP that I ran through the pixel sort, and I think I also put some oh, I forget what that filter is called, the depth of field, I think, where it blurs out around the edges. Kind of interesting. And this, I believe, was the source before I added the filters and whatnot. This is just the flame render with the added color gradient. So that's that. This was an image of a street. I didn't take this photo either. I think this is I think this is Hollywood or LA or something. I forget exactly where. But again, I didn't take this image. I found it on the internet and I just applied the glitchiness to it. But I do think it's an interesting image. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. And then we're back to the start. Okay. So, where do we want to start? I think we want to start with maybe doing some AI generation. I've got a prompt here for Lalame. I switched out the blue dress for medical scrubs, which there's a tag for that, and I think that's a little bit more accurate. Yeah, I got some things in there that kind of mess it up a little bit, but here's the gen I did before. But since we're going for glitch art, we could maybe add some tags to make it more glitchy from the start. Oh, that one's got like an artist tag in it. Did I? Oh, that's why. Yeah, let's try. Here's what I wanted to try. What happens if we do freckles, the number 15? Normally you keep the multipliers around 1, maybe a little bit higher than 1, maybe a little bit lower than 1 if you want less strength on it, but if you go really freaking high, let's see what happens. That is just noise. It's just solid noise. Solid freaking noise. Yeah, yeah, I'd say that's pretty glitchy. That's a little bit glitchy. What if we go down to like, I don't know, 4? How about? Oh God. It's just still a solid. Wow. All right. We'll hang on to that too. How about? How about maybe 2? Oh God. Oh, that's horrific. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, we're doing some glitch art tonight. Holy shit, we are doing some glitch art tonight. Let's generate another one of those. Oh, fuck. Fuck. So the reason we're doing this is we're generating some images that we're going to take into GIMP and apply some filters. Is the idea. Yeah, I don't really. Let's try going down a little bit, maybe like 1.5. Interesting that the freckles seems to add red hair. Oh, that's I think we go a little bit stronger than that. Cuz we're going for some a little we want a little bit of glitchiness right out of the gate, but we still want it to be somewhat recognizable. Hmm. Oh, that's freaking weird. Yeah, let's go with that one. Let's go with this one. How about? All right, I'm going to copy that, and then we're going to go over into GIMP. Here you can see, got that. Create from clipboard. All right. So now we're going to use Gimmick Qt, which is a set of filters. It's external to GIMP, like you have to install it separately. It's like a separate plugin. Is it not loading up now? Oh, because I have this full screen. So I'm gonna have to set up a second window capture for that, aren't I? Hold on a sec. We'll add the window capture for Gimmick. There we go. Alright, so what this is this is another set of filters, and what we're going to be looking for is deformations. No, not deformations, degradations. And then the first one we're gonna. Hey, Dad Mac, we're doing some glitch art. I'm doing some glitch art of Lalame. First we're gonna do some glitchy images, and then I'm going to do glitchy audio to go with it, because the idea is that we're making a sound post for the thread. So I started. I'll go back over here. I started with Stable Diffusion, with AI generation. I put on a big freckle tag to make it a little bit glitchy out the gate, because I know freckles. The AI does not handle freckles well. So just throwing that in there. Some of them, we already got some really, really glitchy outputs straight out the gate. Some of them, this was before I put that in. So this was like Freckles 15. Just completely deep fried it. I think I might use this one later too, but I went with this one. This one's got some freckles on it, but it's also a little bit glitchy out of the gate, so that's why I'm going with it to start with. And then we're in GIMP, and I have a separate plugin installed called Gimmick Qt, which I'll type that out in chat. I'm on Linux. I just installed that, I believe, from the AUR, just with the AUR helper I have. Yay. Not exactly sure how you would install that on Windows, but I'm sure it's trivial. Um, but so it's like you set up GIMP and then you install this on top of it, basically. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna be doing is adding some chromatic aberration. And what chromatic aberration does is it mimics the way that the red, green, and blue, I want to say, yeah, RGB, tend to separate in certain mediums like print or chromatic aberration can also happen optically with lenses. When they act like a prism, it'll separate the different bands of light, and you can get chromatic aberration that way. But it's very, very common in glitch art. But what we need to do is turn up. So what version of GIMP are we using? Let me close out of I'm using about GIMP 2.10.36. So hi the Ram Man. We're doing some glitch art today. So go back into Gimmick. Okay, so on this, the X amplitude and the Y amplitude for these changes how many pixels that particular channel gets offset. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to max those out in opposite directions for each of them, which is going to offset each channel by quite a bit. And then I'm going to hit apply and okay. Oop. Accidentally applied it twice. It'd be fine if we applied it twice, it'd just be stronger. So this is really good for what we're going to be doing next, because even if you have a source image that's very monochrome, this adds color, which helps a lot with the next filter we're going to be doing, which is also in Gimmick, which is pixel sort. And pixel sort works a lot better if you've got a lot of different colors. Am I the only one who hates how the new GIMP transform image tool changed after 2.8? I don't really hate it. I don't know. I don't really use the transform image tool all that much. I don't really use that one a whole lot. But is that one, this one? 3D transform? Is that the one you're talking about? That? Okay, so the next one we're going to do, and this is probably the single most useful filter for doing glitch art. Like, this is the defining filter, and it's called pixel sort. And how this works is it applies a mask, which if we show, we don't want invert mask. If we show preview mask, it shows us our mask, and what it does is it has a sorting criterion, and within that criterion it generates a mask, and then within that mask it sorts the pixels within the mask. And so depending on our threshold here, it will make the mask. So this is like a contrast mask, right? And if we disable the mask, you can see it sorts within that mask. So like if we have it maxed out, it's sorting every pixel in the image, but we don't want it to do that because then we just end up with noise, right? But if we have it on 0, it doesn't, like if we have these at basically the same, it does almost no sorting. If we have just a little bit, it sorts just a little bit. So that's how we have control over it. But our sorting criterion right now is set to red, which means it'll only sort the red channel, which is probably not what we want. I'm thinking probably luminance. Luminance or intensity, maybe. Or lightness. Yeah, lightness, probably. And now we can dial in the thread. Oh, and then the other thing we want to turn on is x-axis, then y-axis. Or you can do y-axis, then x-axis. You can actually just play with these and choose whichever you like. Like there's a lot of room for artistic choices when you're doing something like this to have it glitch out in different ways. Like you could have it just on the y-axis and just have the vertical sorting, or you can have it on the x-axis and just have the horizontal sorting. I think I'd like to have it in x and then y, I think. And then I think we want to raise the mask up a little bit more. Maybe I just want just the y-axis, I think. What if we try saturation? Oh, that's looking good. Oh, that looks good. All right. And that's already looking good enough. We could... This would be about something that I would post in the thread, I think. Probably. But there are some other filters that we could use if we felt like it, which would be maybe scan lines, if we wanted it to look like a TV, maybe. Plugin crashed. Well, that's not good. But it did give us our image. Yeah, I think I'll leave the scan lines in. There's also one of the really crazy ones is mess with bits, which, yeah, like it's not even recognizable. But I think you can. I think there was a way to dial it in and get this one to. Or was it this one? I don't know. We won't use that one. I think there was a way. I think there was a way to use this one that didn't completely erase all of the detail in the image, but I'm forgetting how to do it right now. Another one that I commonly use, not so much for glitch art, but for pixel art, is the old school 8-bits filter. Which, if I go back to our stable diffusion, start with maybe one like this. And do the old school 8-bits. Yeah, like already. Like that's pixel art, basically. So yeah, that's that. But I think we're gonna go with this one. I think without the scan lines, I'm feeling like that. Yeah, I'm feeling like that's pretty good. So I'm gonna save that. or export it. Export as glitch art, Lalame. Oh, wait, before we save that, we need to make our audio. Right? So, I'm going to go over into Ardour. And I think before we get started, I kind of want to look at some of the other ones I've done prior. So we could look at the... Actually, I remember the first one I did with the... I guess I could pull it up anyways. Where is it? I'm not seeing the first one, but pretty sure I've got the one I just did, didn't I? Where is it? Yeah. This is the one I did last night, right? So, we've got some got quite a bit going on here. It's not quite as so simple as just applying a couple of filters. I'll mute this channel and this channel, and I think this one was just garbage. I don't think we need that one. I'll unmute this one because I think what I did, I believe I have it routed, right? So you'll have to tell me if you can hear this, okay? So that was the reversed version because I've got delay and I've got reverb and echo on there, but the unreversed version sounds like this. And I also have Bitrot Crush on the master bus, so yeah. Okay. So got that disabled. So yeah, then I reversed it, added the echo and reverb, and then had that recorded to this channel, right? So this is a recording of this after it's gone through these two effects. And then this has the bitrot repeat effect on it, which has a couple of different parameters that can be changed, like the BPM of how quickly it repeats things and whether or not it's active. And the active can either be on or off. And you can see here, I split it up a little bit to give it a little bit extra space for the repeat to fill. So you can see here, I turned on the repeat and then modulated the BPM of the repeat a little bit, and then I turn it on a couple times over here while also changing the BPM on it, and then I turn it on over here again. And then this channel down, another thing I did is I cut it here and I copied it and reversed it a couple times. So if we disable the repeat on this, if we disable the repeat and the bitrot crush on the master bus, it sounds like this. Except I have the wrong track unmuted. Yeah, so you can see I had it reversed. I had the forward copy and then the reverse and then the forward and then the reverse here, right? And then when we add in the bit rot repeat, it sounds like this. So that's what that does. And then when we go back to the master bus, we can add the bit rot crush, which is a downsampling plugin. And what that does is the way that audio works on a computer is it takes samples. Like if we zoom in really close, you can see you can't actually see the samples on this, but you can see it in something like Audacity, where you've got the actual wave that's recorded like that. And how it records it is in terms of samples, and the rate for this is 48 kilohertz, which means there's 48,000 samples per second for the audio. And what the bitrot downsampling does is it reduces the amount of samples that are used. And what that does for the audio is it essentially makes a bunch of squared off sections, which for one thing, it kills, due to the Nyquist effect, it kills a lot of the higher frequencies from the original source audio, but then also it acts in a sort of way like a distortion plugin, adding back in other higher frequencies. But aesthetically, what it sounds like is audio being played on like a very low end audio system, because a lot of them, that's exactly what they did, is they had a very low sample rate. Think like the audio chips that are in like toys and things like that, or like a phone, or like those old handset phones, right? Those tend to have a very low sample rate, and that's aesthetically, that is what this accomplishes. So turning that on, that sounds like like this. Yeah. So that sounds pretty glitchy. Yeah. But that's just explaining what I did, right? This is just explaining what I did. We want to make a new one, right? So let's open up the file, the new file, just close. Okay. So we want to record some audio to go with this image. I'm thinking like, ooh, I miss Lalame. I think that'd be good. Unless you guys have a better idea. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. So we're gonna make a new audio track. Just mono. Make sure it's capturing. Yeah, it is capturing from my microphone. We're gonna arm it to record. Mute it so it, like, I'm not listening to myself. And then we'll go. Ooh, I miss Lalame. All right, I think that's good. We'll trim off the end there. Yeah. And I want to hear how that sounds. Yeah, I think okay. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. It's not playing for us. Is it? Fuck. Uh, let me see here. QPW graph. Come on, QPW graph. There we go. Okay. Let's also have this set on top chat. Let's set that to live chat. Move that over. Yeah, I don't have my master. Oh, because I switched the file, right? I switched the file, so we need to hook up our master bus out to, oh, not that channel. Okay, so now you should be able to hear it. Let me play it again. Ooh, I miss Lalame! How's that sound? Does that sound right? Alright, so now the first thing we want to do is add reverb. I'm going to go with Dragonfly Hall reverb. And we want echo. I'm thinking GX multiband echo. Yeah? So I think I want the reverb after the echo. And then we're going to reverse it. So that sounds like... Yeah, okay. So now we add a second one, a second audio track, and we'll route the input of that one from the first one's output, I think. Yeah? And we'll hit record on that. Okay. Mute that again. And so now this has the reverb and delay recorded into it. So now when we reverse it, now we have the reversed reverb and delay, that's the reason why I did that. Ooh, I miss Lalame! So that's how I get that effect. Okay? Okay. So now, I'm thinking we... Ooh, I miss Lalame! Maybe here? Oh, split it there and there, maybe? Although I should have the grid turned off. This isn't music. It's not set to a beat, so I don't need the grid on. Ooh, I miss. What does this particular portion sound like when we? I'm not thinking we're gonna split that there. I think. Yeah, I think there and. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so now we move that out. Duplicate that, reverse that, and then duplicate those, then bring that back in. How's that sound? Alright, alright. let's add in bitrot repeat. And we need to show automation lane on touch. And we'll do active. We want it to be no. No. Right, okay. So we want this to be active, I think here maybe? And turn off the automation editing in Ardour is very, very fiddly. Very annoying to work with, I think. But it does work. It does work. And then we also want the BPM. Just kind of throwing something together, right? Yeah. And then I think for this, I want to be able to see both of them. So automation, show existing automation. Yeah. And then we'll turn off show automation lane on touch. Where did our BPM automation go? There. Okay. All right. So let's see how that sounds. Miss Lalame. Yeah. So now we'll add maybe another section in here. We don't need that many. And I want to automate that like that. Hey! I think I want to extend that a little bit further. Hey! Hey! I think I want this to... I think I want it to hang out with a little bit lower of a BPM for longer, maybe. Hey! And then I also want it to activate at the very end. Not quite that late. See how that works. Hey! I'm thinking I want to... I think I need to move that earlier. Hey! Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. I think that sounds a little bit better. Yeah? Yeah? Let's hear the whole thing. Let's hear the whole thing. Miss Lalame. I think that sounds pretty good. However, I also would like a section with the pitch shifted with the shifted down 2 octaves for the bass. But where do I want that? I kind of liked how that sounded, where it was more, longer. Let's see if we can drag that out a little bit further, maybe. That sounds weird. Hey Cypher, we're doing some glitchy stuff. We're doing a little bit of glitchy stuff. I'm on the audio section right now. We did some glitchy images earlier. Now we're doing some glitchy audio to go with the images because we're doing a sound post. Yeah, okay. So I think that's good for that. I want the pitch shifted down. I think what I want is maybe this section here. Control C, Control V. Now, I think I'm just gonna split it, and then Control copy, and then edit, pitch shift down 2 octaves. Let's see how that sounds. Okay. However, I need it to... Nice. Time to watch you cook. Yeah. Okay. Now I need to do a little bit of editing on the... envelope to make it fade in so it's not so abrupt. Alright, I think that sounds good. Okay, so now we add on the master bus, we're going to add the Bitrot Crush plugin. To downsample, we're going to set the downsample to 8, which unfortunately it's not showing the window for the plugin because it's doing window capture, not desktop capture. But yeah, so now we have Bitrot Crush on there, so that should downsample it, and it should sound a little bit glitchier. Yeah, I think that sounds good. I think that's about it. Unless maybe I kind of want to try. I want to see how it sounds to add a little bit of reverb on top of the Bitrot Crush. Like after it in the signal chain. I want to hear, before we're done, I just want to hear how it sounds. I don't think we're probably going to go with it. We're going to do another Dragonfly Hall reverb. I don't really like it because I think it's losing some of the definition. I think it sounds better without the reverb. I'm gonna get rid of the reverb. think that's it. I think that's about it. I think that's all we want to do. I think we're good. I think we're good. Is there anything else we want to do with this before we're done? I think that's it. I think I'm just going to export it and be done with it. I miss Lalame. .wave. Export that. Alright, and then I'm going to go. This is not on stream right now, but I'm gonna go in there and just real quick convert it with FFmpeg to MP3. Okay. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Catbox. Upload the MP3 file. Yeah, something like make the echo fade out. With reverb, I try to use something that give a cathedral effect for the echo. Yeah, the Dragonfly Hall reverb does have a cathedral setting for it, but I don't know. I think I like the definition of just not having reverb on it. What I did earlier is I had the reversed reverb where I reversed the audio, applied reverb and echo, and then I recorded that to a second track, and then I re-reversed it. So we have backwards. We have backwards reverb and delay, or reverb and echo. Okay, so we've got that, and then it was URL encode, right? URL encoder decoder. Yeah. Copy that. Yeah, I have it open in my other browser that isn't captured, but okay. So now we go back here, we have export as I miss Lalame glitch, and then in the brackets we do sound equals, and then the URL encoded URL. Yeah. And we save that. All right. And now go into the thread. You know what? I'll pull that up in Firefox so we can see it. Yeah? Yeah? And we'll do that. Hey Foxy Roxy, I'm pretty much done. Like I'm wrapping it up. I'm just posting our sound post. Yeah, I've got Firefox. Firefox is not my main browser. My main browser is actually Qt browser, but I'm using Firefox for like a stream and watching YouTube now, and a couple other things. But I mostly use Qt browser. Okay, so P2HD88 captcha. There we go. There we go. And I don't have the plugin installed for the soundpost in Firefox, but I'm going to check on my main browser. I think I may have fucked it up. I'm not hearing any sound. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, it does work. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So, there we go. All right. Gonna close that out before somebody posts something yab and gets my stream taken down. But yeah, I think we got done what we wanted to get done. And I think I'm probably gonna call it a night here. I was working on a Brolime track, but the file and hero fucking rip. Rip, man. Goddamn. Rip. I hate it when that happens. I fucking hate it when that happens. But do I? Oh, you know what? Maybe also want to save this one. Volume pixelated. I'll post that one too. Zero YN 8KS files Lalame pixelated. And I typed the capture wrong because I'm a robot. PGRWA2. Yeah. There we go. There you go. All right. So, yeah, there we go. I think, get rid of that. Let's generate a fresh lullaby. Oh, there's a blue-haired lullaby. All right. So, I think I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish today. I showed off the things that I wanted to show off. Maybe you guys want to make your own glitch art, post it in the thread or wherever, I don't know, in the Discord maybe. But I'd like to see somebody other than me. That's kind of yab. That's a little bit yab. There we go. Yeah, I'd like to see some of you guys do some glitchy stuff too. Like I quite like the glitch art. And I like the idea of taking AI generated stuff and doing transformations to it as well. I don't know how to soundpost. Okay, so here, let me soundpost. Let me find the thing. Not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, this one has an explanation of it. Essentially, yeah, blue and purple hair. It's not very close to the original model, but whatever. Essentially what you want to do is get your audio uploaded somewhere, usually Catbox, and then what you do is in brackets you add you URL encode the URL. Here's a tool for doing that if you need that. And then you add in the file name you need sound equals and then without the curly brackets. Like you're gonna replace the curly brackets and your URL with that, and then like .png or whatever. So like that, I guess. So like the one I just posted was what did I call it? The one I just posted was titled that for a file name. So you see how this right here is the URL? You're going to replace that with your URL encoded URL for your audio. And when you do that, the plugin will pick up this syntax and go, oh, hey, this is a soundpost. There's the file for the audio. I'm going to go out and get that. So that's how that works. If you want to hear the audio for a soundpost, you have to install the plugin that actually lets you hear soundposts. So like 4chan X or whatever. That is how that works. So I suck at art. I'm better at photography. Yeah, I kind of suck at drawing, but I like applying filters to things. Which is kind of that, like, is that really art if all you're doing is just applying filters? But I mean, I like doing it, so whatever. But yeah, I think we accomplished our goal. I think we set out to do the things we want to do, and I want to see you guys make sound posts. I want to see you guys do glitch art or whatever you need to do. I want to see it in the threads. I want to see it in the Discord. Yeah. Hold on, Ox. I can send you something on this I had laying around. Okay. Cypher's cooking. Yeah, I can't draw too well, but I like to rework AI art. Yeah. I like the naval glitch art I assume you made. Did you use the sound post from that? Yeah, so that one, I was gonna pull that one up in Ardour, but yeah, I've got that one in my glitch art folder. CD glitch art. Yeah, this one, right? Except it's not showing. This? No. That. Yeah. This one. Yeah, I saw the sound post of this one prior to glitching it, and I downloaded the audio from that, and I made that glitchy. I made the image glitchy, and I made the audio glitchy. Just add me so I can send the sound file. Do I need to add you on Discord? Do I have a friend request pending? I don't see any friend requests. Cypher? I don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Where do you want me to add you? Eh, eh, eh. Um, I'm kind of feeling like fun fact about that. I made the audio for that. I kind of figured that was you. I kind of figured that sounded like you. I made the audio for that in a hotel pool because I liked the way the echo sounded. I don't know who made it. That's awesome. Cypher 208. Okay. Add friend. Cypher 208. Send friend request. Okay. Okay. So. He's the strongest scoop. Foxy Roxy is the strongest scoop. There, you can clip that and have that as like your YouTuber outro. If you're gonna do clips, use that. Oh, this looks good. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that sounds good. I like that. Let me download that so I can open that up with VLC and play it into ah. Come on. Come on. Connect those two and then hit play. Yeah, so this is what Cypher just sent me. Apparently this was made from the Brolame voice pack. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Ox, yeah, I'll be your outro. I'll be your outro. Yeah, that's cool, Cypher. I like that. Yeah, groovy. Yeah, like you could loop that and have that be like a small section in like a bigger thing. Yeah, yeah. That reminds me of that other thing I did. I won't get into that on this stream. We can talk about things. We could talk about that some other time. But yeah, El Pro. I'll probably work on it. Yeah. The Brolame's voice, dude. Brolame's voice pack is like perfect for like pre-drop vocals. You know. Like the let's fucking go, you know? Like, goddamn, it's so fucking hype. Ah. And him screaming is like peak Midwest emo screaming. Yeah, but I'm doing the Minnesota goodbye. Like I need to call it. I need to finish up because we accomplished our goal. We did some stuff. We posted some things. We did some glitch. We did some glitch. Yeah. Yeah, he would. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna read the names. I'm gonna read the names. Squishy, thank you. Foxy Roxy, thank you. The Ran Man, thank you. Dadmac, thank you. Cypher 208, thank you. Tor Arn Mathiasen, thank you. Yeah. The Minnesota goodbye. Wait, you have to. Yeah, you gotta have some of these leftovers. I'd love some leftovers. I would love some leftovers right now. But yeah, again, I really can't stress this enough that it means a lot to me that you guys uh come and take a look at the things I'm doing and the things that I have to say. I know there's a lot of things on the internet to take a look at, and a stream takes a lot of time, and time is a valuable thing. Time is a very valuable thing, and I very much appreciate that you are willing to share some of your time to come over here and take a look at my stream. So I thank you guys very, very much for coming. And with that, I think I'm going to say goodbye for the night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good one. Good night, everyone.